Jai Hind and welcome to another lecture today. The topic again is very relevant for making sure that our professional communication skills are honed to the best of the markers. So, professional phone etiquettes is what we are going to be covering today, and what would be the subtopic? Clear, courteous, and effective communication over phone is what we are going to be discussing at length today. So, learning objective is understand the principles of professional phone etiquettes rather, practice techniques for clear and effective communication, learn to handle difficult phone conversations without losing that touch of courtesy. Importance of professional phone etiquettes. Professional phone etiquettes definitely play a crucial role in ensuring that effective communication and maintaining a positive image of you, because the person is not seeing you face to face, it's only over the phone he can have an impact about what you are saying and how you are. So maintaining phone etiquettes would make your communication extremely effective and can cast a positive impact about your image. The key points which we must keep in mind hence are: the first impression always matters. It lasts a long time, even if it doesn't last forever, as I say, but for sure it lasts a long time. So, a phone call is often the first interaction someone has with you or your organization, right? That's why the phones are made. Instead of one going visiting personally, people try to pick up the phone and connect with people. If it clicks, then they plan a visit. So that's your first gateway to opening up the world or bringing in the world to your office or organization or even to you. So make sure the first step is taken up correctly. A professional tone, a courteous behavior leave a lasting positive impression on the person on the other end of the line. So the first impression definitely matters a lot. Next is reflects professionalism and competence. Very important. How you handle a phone conversation reflects a great deal about your ability to communicate effectively and also to manage various situations professionally. This can build or harm your reputation. Therefore, make sure that you handle it completely with ease, with confidence, and by being professional. Okay, never cross those drawn and but invisible, but these boundaries do exist, so never cross those invisible set boundaries. So build trust and rapport. Clear, courteous communication establishes trust. Okay, if you are clear, you are putting across your thoughts with clarity, people are going to trust you. But if you are going to mince your words, keep on frequently changing what you had said earlier, then the chances are nobody's going to trust you. Okay, you'll sound more like a fraud. So it shows respect for the caller's time, because nobody has endless time to go on with you forever. So make your conversation crisp, clear, and courteous, and address all the concerns of the other party. If they are asking you something, make sure that you answer those queries, making them feel valued and heard. Next, what are the key components of phone etiquettes? Preparation, greeting, clarity, active listening, and then closing. So we'll take up each heading a little bit more elaborately, because this class is specially formulated to handle all these nitty-gritties related to phone calling. So first one is preparation. Have important details, notes or script ready before making or answering a phone call. So if you're making a phone call to someone for a professional reason, you know why you're going to approach that person. So keep a detailed note or script ready that these are the points I'm going to be discussing about or touching upon, so that you don't waste your time and don't end up wasting the time of the other person. Okay? Ensure you are in a quiet, distraction-free environment. You should be in a place where there is no pee pee, pa pa, too much of noise. You are in a place where you can focus on what the other person is telling you over the phone, and also what you are speaking reaches out to the other person without that additional noise at the background. Greetings. Very important. We begin with greetings, right? So start with a polite and professional introduction such as good morning, this is, and then you can say your name. Good morning, I am, or this is. So either ways you can say either of the phrases and then tell your name. From, if you are talking from a company, then you can say I'm talking from such and such company. How can I assist you? This is how you're going to start the conversation if you are making a phone call or you're receiving a phone call. This is how the greetings and the subsequent sentences or the phrases shall follow. Then comes clarity. Speak slowly, speak with clarity, but also at the same time confidently. Avoid mumbling. I'm calling from this company, and nobody would understand, right? So make sure that what you're speaking with clarity. There's no mumble. Mumble, jumble should be out. Or using overly technical jargons unless necessary. What is this? Don't use too many technical terms related to your field of work. Keep the conversation simple. You might be an expert in your field of work, but the other person can be also a layman who has no idea. That is why they are connecting with you to gain some information. So keep the information very, very simple so that they can understand that. Don't use too many technical terms to just show off that you know it all. It's all right that you know it all, but they have called you or they are connecting with you to know something what you already know about. So keep it simple for them, right? Next is active listening. Very important. We've been harping about this particular thing, I think, since we've started the module. So don't undermine active listening. Always take it along whenever you are over the phone, because that's the only way you are connecting with someone. It's only you're listening to the conversation, right? Or you are taking part by responding to what you hear. So active listening, pay full attention to the caller. Don't interrupt or show you are engaged by responding appropriately or by paraphrasing whenever necessary. So don't just, you just got a phone here and you are emailing, you are talking to the other colleague. Don't interrupt if they are talking something. No, give them time to finish, talk properly, talk with respect, respond to the query which they are wanting answered. And also, if you feel that you need time to calculate your answer, try to paraphrase the entire thing. We've done this paraphrasing in the previous lectures as well. So then we come to the closing. So how do you you can't close the conversation abruptly. Okay, phone off. No, you have to close the conversation. As I always say, the conversations should sound all rounded. It should not be like it's just going anywhere and abruptly it's starting, abruptly it's ending. No, they should be closing down also in a smoother or smooth manner for that matter. Summarize the key points discussed during the call. If you are in a professional setup, it's very important to recheck that what you heard was correct. So how do? We summarize. We mention the same key points to the listener or to the other person over the phone on the other side. We discuss that this is all what we had discussed during the call, and then close it with lot of respect and courtesy. And you can say, thank you for your time. Please, again, I'm adding it here. Please feel free to reach out again if it is needed. If you feel the need, I'm just a call away. Kindly don't hesitate to call. That's how you sum up with courtesy. Now, common phrases for professional calls. What calls generally in the conversation, the professional setup, what we generally use, we have to make sure that the prime requirement of it is being clear, professional, polite. Okay, so do not keep these things locked in the closet. Whenever you are attending a professional phone call, make sure that you follow these key principles. Okay, so what are the commonly used phrases? Answering the call. You can start with, hello, this is, you can say your name, I am from this company, how can I assist you? We've just done it, right? Set, what does it do? It sets a welcoming tone to the entire conversation, that wow, you are warm and friendly and you mean business. You're just not a buddy across the phone. You just a warm person who is ready to give a little bit of their time to listen to your query or whatever the thing you have on mind. So it will set a warm, welcoming and professional tone to the conversation right from the onset. Next is asking for clarifications. If you are unclear, don't hesitate to ask. Rather than letting the misunderstandings take over, it is better that we ask for clarity and clarification. Could you repeat that, please? Or let me confirm I understand you correctly. So that's how you can phrase that thing again. If you are unclear, that let me confirm I understand you correctly. Did you mean to say this? So this shows that you are actively listening and you are wanting to gather as much as clarity as you can so that there is zero misunderstanding. Shows attentiveness and also it ensures that you get the accurate communication between both the parties. Common phrases for professional calls can also have the third point on the list, which is putting someone on hold. Every time you cannot go on with the conversation, there are certain issues which crop up immediately while you are having a phone call. They can crop up during you attend a phone call. And how do you do that? How do you put a person on hold for a moment without sounding rude or overly busy or distracted? This is how you can do that. May I place you on hold for a moment while I check that information? Right? If you need to retrieve some information, some data, so you can request the person to stay on hold for a while you take out that important piece of information which you need to share with them. Speak. Now, what will it do when I seek the permission to put the person on hold? It keeps the caller informed that you just not left unattended. Someone is working on what you had asked for, and it's a time they are needing to make sure that you get the correct information. So the caller would stay informed, reassures them that they have all your attention and you are working to find a solution to the query they had addressed to. Next is ending the call. How do we end the call? Thank you for calling. Have a great day. Feel free to reach out if you have any further questions. That's how you use this phrase. This is such a fantastic professional sounding phrase that would set the tone that now we are ending the conversation. We are reaching the end of the conversation, but it's just not finished. It's not a dead end. I am still approachable to you. Leaves the caller with a positive impression and also with a sense of closure that for now the conversation is over, but for further questions they can still get in touch with us. Handling difficult situations, very important. Sometimes things can go really flared up, right? Things become difficult to handle. How do we handle those challenges which crop up our way? Dealing with an angry caller. If someone is really upset with you, how do we deal with them? Stay calm and professional. Very important. Always stay calm. If they are angry, you also don't jump into the same boat. No. Maintain your calm, maintain your sanity. Okay, stay calm and professional. Avoid taking their anger personally. They're not upset with you as a person. They are upset about the situation which was created. Okay, it is related to the field of work you handle. You've not, in person, they are upset about. So don't take it personally. Use empathetic language like, I understand your concern and I'll do my best to assist you. The moment you show empathy, half of the anger would be diffused. It will be just gone. Because now what you're doing is you're showing the other person that I realize what's making you upset. So I'm trying my best to help you out with it. So Focus on resolving the issue without escalating the emotions. If you also end up becoming edgy and angry, it'll only add more fuel to the fire and it will defeat the whole purpose. So diffuse the situation rather than adding on to the existing pressure. Managing miscommunication. A lot of miscommunications crop up. How do we handle those? Politely ask for clarification so that you know where the fault lies. Okay, so ask for clarification. Let me confirm to ensure I understood you correctly, please. Right? Then is rephrase your understanding and ask if that aligns with their concern. How do you do that? Oh, I guess you meant to say, what you mean to say is this. Am I correct? Is this what you mean to say? So you are paraphrasing the entire thing, restating the whole thing as to what you understood the other person is trying to convey. So this will bring more clarity and reduce the miscommunication. All right. Then is addressing the technical issues. Apologize sincerely, just not for the sake of saying, okay, fine, then I'm saying sorry. No, apologize. Show that sincerity in your apology. So I am sorry for the inconvenience caused by the technical issue from our end. That's how you show that you mean every word of your apology. Show sincerity in your apology. Then offer alternatives, like you can ask about rescheduling the call or for the follow-up, or maybe a follow-up via mail or WhatsApp, so that the client feels valued. Now, next is tips for effective phone communication. What are the do's? Identify yourself or the company you are representing. Greet the caller warmly and disclose who they are. Next, speak clearly. Smile when you answer or communicate. Okay, they might not see you smiling if it's not a video call, but they will definitely, get that warmth if you are smiling. Be a good listener. Take permission before placing a caller on hold. Just don't say, I'm putting you on hold. Just ask them, ma'am or sir, is it all right if I put you briefly on hold while I retrieve the information you wish to be shared with you? So seek their prior permission. Call back in case you miss any urgent call. In case you miss a call from your end because you were occupied, make sure that you call back. Okay, keep a pen and a pencil available to pen down all the important points. You are a human, not a computer. It is going to be impossible for you to remember everything. Better is to pen it down while the important pointers are being mentioned during the phone conversation. Thank the listener for answering the call and the caller for calling, both the ways. Then what are the do's we have covered? What are the don'ts? What we must avoid? Don't be distracted. Don't shout or whisper. Be audible. Okay. Don't hold the call for too long. Just don't put the person on hold and go for lunch that I am retrieving the information. No, he doesn't want to ask you how tasty the lunch was. Do not interrupt the caller while they are speaking. Wait for them to finish. Do not call before 8 a.m. in the morning and after 9 p.m. because after that, everybody needs little personal time. They also need, and so do you. So for your sanity also, avoid this. Next, make them feel that you are in a hurry. If you'll do that, it's a big no. So never make them feel that you're in a hurry or haste and you want to just finish the conversation. Don't bring your emotions from a previous call to the current call. Just because the previous caller was bitter to you or was upset with you, those emotions you must not carry forward to the next call. Next, don't answer if you are drinking, eating, or chewing gum. If you are eating, drinking, or you are chewing something in your mouth, refrain from answering because these sounds are very unpleasant and sound very unprofessional and uncouth as well. So avoid that. Next is don't breathe too loudly into the handset. So don't breathe and talk. No, calm yourself down before you take up the call. Next is don't let the angry or the negative voice of the caller affect you. It is their emotion. It should not bother your state of mind because It's not meant for you. It's meant for the company or for the issue which cropped up. All right. Next is tip for effective communication. We've just discussed that. Smile while speaking, use a confident, steady voice, speak with clarity, moderate pace, don't run through the thing, ensure that your message is easy to understand, avoid sounding rushed or too hesitant either. I really don't want to tell you this. No, don't hesitate. Speak confidently. Next is minimize the use of filler words. Filler words are the killer words. They kill the impact of the conversation completely. Excuse me. And they will also make you appear very underconfident. So the best is pause briefly, think of the correct word and the phrases instead of using or depending on the filler words. Adapt to the caller's tone, match the caller's energy and level of formality to create a comfortable professional rapport. If your boss or some other senior client is calling, you just can't go on bubbling away. You have to maintain that decorum, that formal tone. Okay. So you have to maintain and match the caller's energy and try to handle the phone call accordingly. Be prepared to take notes. Always jot down, as we've just mentioned, during the call so that it saves you from forgetting and getting embarrassed by forgetting various key points which were mentioned during the call. This would demonstrate that you are being attentive and you did make a note of all the important pointers. So don't fail to do that. So we come to the summary and key takeaways from today's lecture. Maintain professionalism in your tone and language while you are attending phone calls. Listen actively and respond appropriately. Practice makes us perfect. Remember that. Rehearse your phone conversations to make yourself better than what you are today for tomorrow's phone calls. So the vocabulary words which we have for today are etiquettes. A set of rules or customs governing a polite behavior is called etiquette. Good phone etiquettes require you to greet the caller professionally and listen actively. We've just covered that. Next is reassurance. The action of removing someone's doubt or fears is called reassurance. So providing reassurance to the caller helps them feel heard and valued. Next, and I think the last one on the list, professionalism. What does it mean? The dictionary describes professionalism as the competence or the skill expected for a profession. Okay? And maintaining professionalism on the phone reflects well on you and your organization. So with this, we come to a closure on today's topic, and from my side, it's a big thank you, and I do hope that you will maintain better phone etiquettes from now on. Thank you and Jai Hind.